lockdown's been here for the past, it's covered 2 seasons, I guess, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
What's happening in your league at the moment? Has it been null and voided, or are you coming back to a competition, like a shorter competition?
So fortunately we're back April the 4th. The season's been extended till the end of June. We've only played 2 games in our league, so we're expecting a lot of double bankers, but that's going to play. The London Cup's still on. We're in the last 16 of that. That's a massive competition. Like the best teams in London. It's a very good standard of competition. We've only ever got to the quarterfinal, so we're confident this year. We was through to the quarterfinal of another cup, but that's been null and voided. So fingers crossed we can continue from April the 4th.
How's it been through lockdown? I think it's a testament to you, because obviously with lockdown, this is now your job, but the thing that earns you the money is the videos and the games that you put out there. How hard has it been? Because you've been very consistent, I've got to say. You've still been putting videos out there. You've been very inventive with what you do.
Yeah.
And I think that's testament, because there's no other teams out there putting Sunday League content or grassroots content out there, because it's not on. So, like I say, testament to you for putting that out and being inventive and still... But I think that just shows how far you've come, because it is your job now. All these other teams, they've got other things to do. So you have to make this work, because you know what YouTube's like. Yeah, exactly. You fall off for 2-3 weeks, YouTube will bury you.
It's done.
And you've got to start again.
So exactly.
How's it been? Like, it must have been manic behind the scenes, just kind of trying to find those ideas and be creative.
Yeah, it's been tough, Smiv, let's be honest, you know what I mean? Our bread and butter is Sunday League football. That's what people want. That's what the channel is built on, you know? I could start a podcast every week on my channel, but is that what they want? If I'm consistent with it, I wouldn't get followers of that. But I reckon it's always easier to bring new content to the channel when we're still feeding them what they want. Does that make sense? So I reckon the fact they took away the football from us, our content is football. So they took everything. We were so fortunate that the boys was filming Zach Answer playing his summer street ball. We've been filming cage footballs and stuff that we've had in the locker, and it's like we've had to think outside the box, because we maybe that's why we've gone so fast, because we put ourselves in a spot where we have to. Does that make sense? I haven't got another job. I need to make content. The views have halved, like completely halved, which we expected. But the fact we're still bringing in 40,000 etc. on an upload, I'll take that. Do you know what I mean? Because I know the second it comes back, hopefully it shoots back up. Do you know what I mean? But it has been tough, because you know what I mean. It's hard, isn't it? Like what are we really putting up? And then I find myself sometimes editing something. It's not really what I want to put out. But it's like, you know what? We've told them that we're trying to show them how we live, and we're not going to make an excuse. Bang, you're going to get your episodes, and you're going to keep getting your episodes, and then hopefully you're loyal enough to stick with us, which they have done. So it's been tough, but have you felt the pressure as well? Because obviously it's not just you, is it? Obviously you've got Chris to pay. Is there any other... Who's on board with this behind the scenes? Me, there's 5 of us full-time.
Wow.
But Andy Ansar is like the chairman. He's much more of I would say a mentor. Do you know what I mean? It's not like he's on a payroll or anything. He just a mentor, and he helps us with our business deals. But full-time is me, Chris, Big G. We're the 3. So I'd say 3, but there's one more geek. He's like a cameraman. But he's not full-time, but I'd like to say that he is, because he really does give us a lot of time. But there's 4 of us. Us 4 are getting paid and need to get paid. So when you've been on YouTube enough to know that when your view's half, your income is halved. And it's like, you know what? We can either sit here and panic, but we said, look, we projected like a good 6-7 slow months. It's like, you know what, boys? We just got to stick in there. Do you know what I mean? We've got to stick in there, and we have done. And we're still here.
I bet you're buzzing for it to come back then.
I can't wait. April the 4th.
You mentioned Andy Answer there. He's had a football career, isn't he? Where did he play?
Yeah, he played professionally. He was at Southend United, I think. I don't know if he was I don't think he played Premier League football, but he played for Southend.
The name rings a bell when you mentioned it.
I was going to say, did
Andy
you
Ansar.
come across him, DJ? But
he played. I remember him telling me that the best player he played against was Peter Beardsley, or one of the best players he played against was Peter Beardsley.
Is he an actor?
Andy, yeah. He's been in the whole acting world as well. He runs a big sports on screen company now. You must know him. I'm pretty sure you've come across him somewhere. Black guy, wears big fat glasses.
50s, my age.
50s. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Good guy, really, really good guy, man. He's helped us massively. His son plays for us, Zach. Zach Hanser's like one of our best players. Zach Hanser, like he's quality, man. But he's done his ACL 3 times. He was at Arsenal, done his ACL at Arsenal. They stuck with him, got back, done it again. Then from there, his career just started going down, and he's seen a real bad side of the game. Do you know what I mean? And he loves it. And again, things like that for me is such a good thing because he's so good, and the kids love him now, and he just loves playing football now. We've given him that love back. He was hurt by the game. Do you know what I mean? So things like that always feels good.
So am I right in thinking, was he on the bench for Arsenal in the Champions League? Was that right?
Yeah, he was. He was on the bench. I don't know who it was against, but I know that's one of his things. It was that close. He's got England cap. England under whatever it was. England under something's cap. He was that close, man. Like, we've got pictures of him training with Fabregas and that. But he's such a humble guy as well, Smith. Honestly, like him and Andy.
Yeah, I've seen him on camera.
His dad's extremely successful man. You know what I mean? And like Zach as well. Like, but he's so humble, man. Honestly, he really is. He's such a good person. He could be such. I mean, listen, if I had his footballing ability, people would hate me because I'd take the piece of it. I'd put my knee on top of the ball. I'd chat rubbish to people. He's so humble. Turns up, plays, doesn't get involved in none of the nonsense, and just plays his game.
Yeah. I'm gonna sort of divert to aspirations for Dons, because obviously I've seen many videos where it's like, we're a grassroots team and we'll always be a grassroots team, and this is where we want to stay. We want to conquer this scene. This is us. But you've got and you probably see me in other podcasts mention your name and stuff, and it's always come up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a fan of Dons because, it's lovely to see where you've come from, because Palmers were here and we were the only ones about, really, and I love collaborating. So when I met you guys, and you was on that like 10K. Since then, it's just gone and through the roof.
It's gone flying, yeah.
I just want to see it go further, and I can't, like, for
further,
me, you can disagree, obviously, but for me, like, the platform you have is so, and community-based, it's brilliant. I just think it can go so much further, and I want to ask, like, is semi-pro... Someone actually asked this, by the way, Rashorn, he said, do you see SE Dons becoming a semi-pro team? And I think that's the kind of question, is like, how long do you go as a Sunday
League side?
Because for Palmers, like, I felt that after season 4, when we started winning things, and then season 5, we'd done everything. It's like, well, what now? What do we do? Do you think you're going to get to that point, like, where it's like, well, we've won everything now. We can go and defend it. That's cool. But what happens after that? Because do you think people are going to get a bit like, oh, we've seen it now. It's done.
I mean, I think like with the Dons, we're really like Sunday League. We are Sunday League, man, and it's like we put ourselves as we make bold statements, don't we? Do you know what I mean? The Dons, we say we're the kings of Sunday League football. This is our game. We're showing you that Sunday League is our Champions League, and we're here. We're going nowhere. Of course, as you said, in life everything evolves, and we are looking what is next. But semi-professional football is not something we're interested in. The politics of Saturday League football is not something we want to get involved in. I mean, the closest we get to Saturday League football is when we have our cup finals and we can only have 5 people in a dugout. Only 2 of us can stand up, and it's just like they kept all our supporters away from us, and it's like, what is this? Do you know what I mean? So no, we're not interested in semi-professional football. Most of our boys play semi-professional football on a Saturday, and it's just politics. But as I said, you're right in saying what is next. Of course, it's a question we ask ourselves. What is next? What does happen when we win the London Cup? When we bring 10,000 supporters to a cup final? When we've won everything? What's next? Do you know what I mean? What is next? I reckon it is going in the YouTube League way. It is. I can't deny that. That's where I reckon it's going. And there is a lot of people that we speak to that want to make that happen. It's about, can we make it happen, and will it be right? And then, as you said, when that does happen, what does that mean for Sunday League football? Does that mean SC Dons are walking away from Sunday League football? We don't want to do that. So I can't answer your question, Smith. Do you know what I mean? I really haven't got the answer.
Not the right
all I can guarantee is that consistency and continuing to push boundaries, continuing to champion Sunday League football, continuing to try and win everything and produce fantastic content, and in our communities, the teams are coming up as well. Do you know what I mean? So that also adds to it. Like if we was winning every single game every week 10-0, yeah, it'd be boring. Do you know? I'd be the first to admit it. But I don't really know. I just know that it's going somewhere, and it's going to rival. It's going to rival the football league. It is.
So,
you know what I mean?
So, with regards to your involvement,
yep.
Which is a good question, Smith. So, let's just say the YouTube league takes off. Dons end up in the YouTube league.
Yeah.
Your commitment to what you're doing at the moment in grassroots football could still continue, but it wouldn't be able to continue with Dons. Would you start again or maintain your grassroots existence and essentially let Dons be whatever it wants to be?
Yeah, so I mean, look, if there's the YouTube League, as you said, that's going to grow to a beast, and which means there'll be a SC Dons YouTube Super League side or whatever you want to call it. Do you know what I mean? I'd like to think that what we could potentially do, as we have an X1s team, so we travel across the whole UK. We've raised almost £20,000 in charity last season, traveling all over. Me and my mate. That's like the old school Dons. Like they're not ballers. We just turn up. We've lost a bunch of games in front of loads of fans. But my point being that there's always something, because if let's just say the Dons went to this YouTube league, we would make sure we have a Sunday League team in place as well. Does that make sense? So we're not going to come away from Sunday League football. SC Dons will always be embodied in Sunday League grassroots football. But where we take the beast, which is SC Dons, where we take that and what boundaries we push that, why should there be a ceiling? Do you know what I mean? It's like, cool, if we can step into this avenue, let's go then. But don't worry, we've still got the Sunday League side here. And then, do you know what I mean? That then provides another option, because by that time, who knows what kind of investments coming in. Just playing for the Dons is going to help these young players. Do you know what I mean? So I'd like to think we don't want to step away from Sunday League football. It's who we are. It's who we are, man, and it's how we've got to where we've got to. So for us to then walk away from Sunday League football because we're too good for it is like, it's nonsense. Do you know what I mean? So we're just going to continue what we're doing.
It's the good thing that you like what we do. It's like you're in control. Do you know what I mean? It's not as if like I guess you're right. Like if you did go to a semi-pro, you're almost sort of handing the club over to the football ladder, and then you are within the body of that, and you have to act in the way that you obviously do. But like,
exactly.
You're in control. So if you want to have 3 uploads a week, where you have your SC Dons Beast in the YouTube League, that gets uploaded on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Everyone that knows, they'll be there. If you want to see your X1s, or like the old school OG ballers, they can be there on a Wednesday. So you're in control, which is the beauty of what we do.
And also Saturday football as well. It would have to be. You have to pay the players, you know what I mean? That's your time, and you've got to pay them well. We've got a lot of boys that play on a Saturday and might be bringing in £250-300 a week. So how are we going to, it's like, right, come play for us. It becomes a business as well. But again, as you can say, a Super League Sunday YouTube team, money's going to get involved. You start paying players. This is where politics creeps in. These are everything we have to look at, because if there is a beast like that, why should people not be getting paid? They should be. Do you know what I mean? So again, then it's like you're stepping away from Sunday League football now. So these are all questions that we are having. Don't think we're just going, we're just Sunday League. No, like behind the scenes, we know what we're doing. Do you know what I mean? And we have a lot of important discussions on the table. But
it's a good position to be. I mean, as I say, because it's not that you can't do both. When I mentioned like the monster of YouTube League, or whatever, or you staying in grassroots, I mean, you can do both as a person.
Yeah,
just
exactly,
curious, and it's nice listening to it, because it's a conversation which, as you both know, wouldn't have been had 4 years ago.
Of course.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
It's almost like, I'm trying to think of an analogy here, and I can't think of a decorating one. I tell you what, it's like a cooking one where you've put some of the raw leftover ingredients into the garden, and all of a sudden you've got this wonderful plant growing, and you sort of think, hang on a minute, I've got something good here, which I didn't expect. Maybe that's the wrong analogy, but
that's quite a good one. It's quite a good one, actually. Yeah.
I'm taking that.
Well, it's something you do every day, isn't it? So yeah,
we're just a bunch of plants, Smiv. We're a bunch of plants.